What's up, guys? This is Joe, the 50 something Dasher, with another recap here. Today is Saturday, January 18th. Guys, I am worn out and zapped following the gig work from today. I got through it, and believe it or not, I actually had a pretty good day when it was all said and done with. But man, all the declines that I had to go through and the driving that seemed like, it was just one of those days where it seemed like I drove a lot more miles and did more orders than what I really did. It felt like I did over 20 deliveries today, but I didn't. um, but a lot to unpack here. Let's get it started here, folks. Logged in at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I did not even keep track of these declines. So if you want to grab yourself a piece of paper, pen, like a scorecard, and tally up the declines, you can. But I'm not going to keep track. Decline number one, just mediocre White Castle, 657 miles, not interested. And then so I take this second offer that I get, a $10.46 shop and deliver from Meyer, and this is going to the W2. So great. And I couldn't tell until I actually got to Meyer. I couldn't tell what this was. For some reason I wasn't clicking on something right, or I couldn't blow up the picture, or I thought maybe this was just a drink. The tiny little picture I saw, I thought maybe like some kind of energy drink, or I couldn't tell what this was. Okay, so I get to this store, and actually, I don't think I didn't get a screenshot of it actually, so my apologies. But what this was like earbuds, and which was kind of like interesting. I don't like, I don't know. Well, I don't know. I've never seen any deliveries other than food. You know, when you're at work, you have like your lunch delivered, or like this was early in the morning, so first break, breakfast, or I've never heard of this. People where I work getting general merchandise delivered. It's weird. This was weird. But anyway, so I go back to electronics, and I forget the brand name, but it was these black earbuds, and it gave me an exact shelf location for this item. I go, I look, I find that peg on the shelf, and it's empty. Okay, but right next to it is the customer ordered a black pair, there was a white pair right next to it. So I go to scan that as a substitution, and you see right here the app is wanting me to like give the customer some time to kind of like approve that substitution. So I wait a couple minutes. This was at 6:34. And then so I waited. You see here 3 minutes. I went to the back. I went to the bathroom, got out of there, and then at 6:37, sent the message. They were out of black, was white okay. And then you see on this screenshot at the top that this was taken, the screenshot taken at 6:40. So I waited an additional 3 minutes after sending that message. So 6 total minutes, no reply from the customer. So I'm going to go ahead and check out. And I went to deliver that, and it was a meet at the door, which normally most all of my deliveries there are drop off. So it was kind of funny. I was following this other car to the front door, and I saw the customer. He was like waving down the vehicle in front of me, and no, it's not that car. It's me, dude. And so I turned to the right, parked in front of the building. He quickly saw that it was me and not the other car, and Yeah, and the white must have been okay. He did, even at the drop off. He didn't say anything. So I delivered that at 6:59. So this just took what is this? 39 minutes for $10. So not too great of an order here. It's if it wasn't for that, why a couple things. I was coming from home and I had the 6 minute wait inside the store. So if it wasn't for those two things, this order would have worked out a little bit better. But it is what it is. So off to a two-figure salary on my first order. $2 sheets. Um, Picking up 10 things from Sheets and delivering that for $2. I guess the only good thing about this order is the customer is like practically sitting on the sheets. Maybe this is picking up the sheets and just delivering to the Turkey Hill right across from. If that's the case, why didn't the person just walk over to Sheets and get this themselves? I mean, I don't know, but decline. I don't even know what this is. Go Puff Delivery. I have no idea. I was on the phone with my wife and she'd never heard of this either. And delivering north of downtown Columbus up to North High Street area, unknown pickup, North Columbus drop off, $13. Absolutely not. And this they must mean 8.7 miles from the pickup because it's from my location on this map up to North High Street. That's like 175 million miles, not 8. So decline. Not doing $4 orders. $4, 10 miles. McDonald's decline. Is just it's a broken record in this recap. Decline, 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 decline. 539 9 Mile Wendy's. The Sullivan Avenue Wendy's. I don't think so, folks. Decline, and I'm delivering somewhere West Broad Street area. This is scary as scary can be right here. Not doing it. Oh, look at this monster right here. $16, $16, but 26 miles, and the second customer is delivering like it looks like 5 miles, 5, 6, 7 miles north of the northern outer belt. Decline. Decline. Decline, 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 decline. $9, 11 miles, upside down. I see that. I see Wilson Road. I see Climb Road. I see decline, is what I see. I take this 583, 2 miles. Those previous couple declines. I think I was sitting actually in the CVS parking lot. They were closed, not open yet. I was just sitting in that parking lot and I was getting kind of bored. I was also a little bit hungry. So I decided to go over to McDonald's and I got breakfast. So I'm sitting there eating and declining these offers. And this was pretty funny, but I just finished eating and just situated my trash. Put my last piece of trash in my bag, situated that bag, and then I immediately get this offer and picking up at the McDonald's that I'm sitting at. So, okay, yeah, I'm done eating. Now let's go back in and pick up an order. It was, I don't know, I just thought it was pretty funny. And so I throw my trash away, pick up this order, and guess what? It's going to the W 2. So back to back orders going to the W-2, and pretty crazy. This one had me a little bit nervous and scared though. What's the next screenshot? So the next screenshot's the drop off. So this only took me 10 minutes, 10 minutes flat, and I had this delivered. Um, but I saw the name on this and I got nervous for a second. Was thinking this was somebody that one of my coworkers that most of the time I've delivered over a dozen times to the W-2, and only two times I think have I ever like spoke to somebody. Well, there was one time where the security guard could talk to me for just a minute about like gig work as second income, and then one of the managers recognized me one time and was asking me about it, how many miles I put on my car, and that kind of thing. But other than that, I've been pretty lucky. I don't, this just me personally. I don't want to, if I'm not if it's a day I'm not working at the W-2, I don't want to see people I work with. I just don't. I don't ask me why. I just, maybe other people are like that too, but I much rather prefer if I'm going to deliver there, pull up, walk inside the doors, drop the order off at the table, and then leave. And like I said, on this order, I was a little worried. This was a meet at the door as well, just like the last one, and with a name that I thought I recognized. But I got lucky on this. The customer message as I was approaching and said to just leave it with security. So I, sigh of relief, I was able to just drop this off. Um, and next is another upside down decline. 1151, 15-mile Chick-fil-A. Going clear out to Groveport. No thanks. And this one I went ahead and took. $15, only 5 miles. And this was picking up at the Georgesville Walmart. So this was West Zone delivery or pickup. And I wasn't too far from there. I was at the W-2, which really isn't, just, I don't know, 5 minutes, if that, from this Walmart. So I didn't have any problems getting over there, and checked in. The order came right out within like a minute. Um, it was a little heavy, and this one was just one order. The last time or two that I've been to Walmart, I've had to pick up two orders. This was just one. Filled up both of my catering bags. The one catering bag, there was like, I want to say like 4 gallons of milk or juice or what. So that bag was kind of heavy. The other one really wasn't. And really no problems with this. And then this, so I got another offer before the delivery. $6, 11 miles, Chick-fil-A, decline. Okay, so I deliver the Walmart at 8 o'clock. This just took me 23 minutes start to finish for $15. So that was, I made out good on that. Um, I forgot to mention those two to the W-2. I did receive both tips on that. This one did not. Now, like, I don't know, some of these orders, I don't know how they work, especially the Walmart. It says 1502 includes expected tip. But when I took a look at this just a few minutes ago before starting the video, there was no tip showing on this, just the 1502 for like a base pay. So I don't know if the customer tipped on this, but because it's like a Walmart pickup, the Uber doesn't show that in the breakdown, or I don't know, or maybe the customer doesn't tip. Regardless, I got the 1502. So however, it's whatever the breakdown was. But again, that was a good order. Um, what is this? $6, 10 mile Speedway, the West Broad Speedway. Nuh-uh, not doing that. So what is it with these lowball Chick-fil-A's? I don't, maybe that's the same one. I don't know. $6, 11 miles decline. Uh, the and this is another thing. These Lowe's orders that I've been seeing, and most of them are just 50 cents a mile. This one $4 for 9 miles, and I think every one I've seen has been as bad as this. So I don't know if maybe this is a Lowe's thing. I don't know. Maybe these type of orders, the customers are ordering off of the Lowe's website and choosing a delivery option, and there's not an opportunity to tip, and Lowe's hands these out to Uber drivers. I don't know. That's just a theory, but they're all the ones that I've seen anyway, lowball orders like this. I went ahead and took this $7, less than 3 miles, and I was actually getting ready to. I almost passed the turn for that I like to take for that location, so I got this just as I was coming up on that turn, and got to Tim Hortons. The order, I just had to wait just a few seconds. They were finishing up when I got there. Delivered this. This took me 13 minutes. Is all this took for $7. So quick $7 right there. And then I went ahead and took this. Now this offer and the next one are probably like my two best offers of the day, I guess. I went ahead and took this. 1857, 13 miles. It is kind of a lot of driving here, but and only 6 items to shop. Here's the list. It's not bad. Pretty easy list right here. And then you notice down in the bottom right hand corner here, there's a message from the customer. So I see that and click on the communication with the customer, and I see this message. Thank you for shopping for me. I just added some spoons also. Sorry, I will be adding to the tip. And which was nice of the guy. I mean, he didn't have to. It's so you added an item to the order. I can grab it. That's no big deal. And normally DoorDash will add in like 25 cents or 50 cents for this type of situation. And normally I get to the store and I see a message in the app saying that. I didn't see that on this particular order, but DoorDash did. I found out after the fact, after the dash was over, and I looked at the pay breakdown for this order. DoorDash did add 25 cents. But yeah, it was nice of the customer to offer an additional tip. And I didn't, screenshot this, but I did send a reply. It said, oh okay, thank you, exclamation mark. And then I got to the customer, and like right as so I got to the shop this, got to the customer, and he asked me, he said, I just added a $10 additional tip. Did you see that? And I'm thinking to myself, $10? Sweet. Yeah, I thought he was just, I thought he would just add like $1 or two or something. But I was looking at my app. I said, no, I don't see it. It's just on my end so far. I just see like where where DoorDash just added a quarter. And so as I'm trying to, analyze this offer comes across. And, of course, I'm going to take this $16, less than 6 miles, only three items from Target. Okay, so I go ahead and take that. Um, I close out the Meyer order, and the customer said something like, "Oh, well, just contact DoorDash if you don't get it or whatever." But then just a few seconds later, here's a screenshot. So I got the text. Customer added a $10 tip. So I told him, "Oh, okay, I got it." I waved at him. Thank you so much for really appreciate it. And so yeah, that was awesome. So that instead of the 1857, that ended up paying 28.82 for that Meyer order. That was outstanding, and really appreciate that customer. And that took 37 minutes. So it was probably my best order. Okay, so now back to the Target. It was Target, wasn't it? Yes. There's my three items: toilet bowl, drop-ins, hanging strips, and formula. No problems finding any of these three items. The self checkouts weren't open yet, unfortunately. I had to wait in a line, but it moved pretty fast and delivered that at 9:28. So half hour flat, half hour $16. Pretty good. And so, like I said, those two orders was kind of like the highlight of my gig work today. Um, oh, I should back up. I apologize. I forgot a story from when I was in Meyer shopping the Meyer order. This customer recognized the hat. And he was like, "Sir, you a DoorDash driver?" I was like, "Yeah." And he just some random customer in the store. He wanted to tell me about something he had seen on TV earlier in the morning. I guess I can't remember the name of the show, but it's the show that's kind of like Cops, only I think it's live, and they're in like 20 or 30 cities at one time and then they just jump to whatever city there's something going on, or whatever that show's called. But anyway, he said he was watching that, and it was actually a rerun that he was watching, but of this dasher that was about it would I guess this was at night, and was about to pull into this parking lot and saw a police officer. So she turned off her headlights and everything, thinking that she could like drive into this parking lot in stealth mode or something, and not even realizing that, okay, your license plate, there's still like a license plate light shining up your license plate. So the cop, kind of, thought something suspicious here, and was able to see the plate, run the plate, and maybe there was warrants out for this person or something. But so he went to investigate or whatever, and I guess it was, she had like a couple kids in the car with her, and was like in the middle of a dash, and there was cocaine in the car. So yeah, pretty crazy. I don't, and I didn't ask the guy, like, I don't know where this was. I didn't ask him, but I was trying to complete my order. You guys know how I am on these shopping orders. I'm trying to get in there. Okay, boom, find these items. Where are they? I gotta get the items. Gotta get to the checkout. Get to the customer. Um, Decline 650, 4.5 miles going to the hilltop. Absolutely not. And this one I took, um, and I knew this wasn't that great of an order, and it's going out east, but it's not too far east. It's kind of like South High area. I took it. Like I said, even though I knew it wasn't great, this was at 9:30. Here's my items. And I did have to substitute that last item, the dog treats. I had to get, something else. And then for this hair lint roller, there was no location listed in the app. So the app asked me where I found it. And it happened to be, I selected aisle 13 as where that was. And deliver that at 9:57, 27 minutes for $11. That's okay, but I gotta come back to zone. I decided to take that delivered, South High Street area. I decided to continue south on High Street and to 270, the outer belt, and come back to zone that way. And as I'm going that direction, I get this McDonald's order for the South High McDonald's. I was driving in that direction. So I went ahead and took this. Now, as you see on the map here, it's picking up at the McDonald's, and then I'm actually gonna, for this delivery, keep going south past the outer belt where I was gonna get onto, and deliver that. There you see that Rathmel Road area, but that's okay. Um, I did have this McDonald's was busy, so I had to wait. I was kind of thinking that this was going to be a 10-minute drop, but it wasn't. I took this. I set my timer, but forgot to screenshot the timer until I'd already picked up the order, got back to my car, and got to the traffic light, and I was waiting to turn onto High Street. So that all of that took from getting into the McDonald's parking lot to getting outside and getting to the traffic light. That was 8 minutes 22 seconds. And then and delivered that at 10:18. So, and then, then $2 and $5 customer tip. But that kind of blew me away when I was, compiling all my notes and getting ready for this video. I looked at this and I was like, you mean to tell me that without that 8-minute wait, I could have done this order start to finish and gone from one side of South High to the other, and that Rathmel Road traffic light, and gotten to this customer? I could have, if that order was ready, I could have done this start to finish in 10 minutes. Oh, okay, that's it's hard for me to believe, but yeah, I guess that's how long it would have took. I mean, crazy. Yeah, you're going down High Street and you come up to that traffic light, to turn on to Rathmel Road. That light takes forever. Almost always. I don't think many times as I've turned on that, I don't think I've ever drove up to that and hit it right when it was green. I've always, 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 always wait at that traffic light. And I did on this order. $92 items. Check it out. All these. $17.83, 6 miles. And you see above where it says high pain offer. It's I wouldn't say high pain offer. I would say high weight offer because I was actually I was stopped at a traffic light here. I had a few seconds to take a I couldn't screenshot 92 items. I didn't have that much time, but I tried to real quickly while I was stopped get the best screenshot I could. Look at this right here. Look at these canned goods. 6 chunky chicken noodle soup, 12 cans of condensed chicken soup, 6 cans of mushroom soup, 6 cans of tomato condensed soup, 2 cans of beans, 6 cans of pork and beans. That's just the canned goods that I got on that screenshot. Who knows what other kinds of heavy items? But my gosh, this order here, there's a good chance I just drive a Hyundai Accent, folks. I'm not in some kind of tractor trailer or SUV or nothing pickup truck heavy duty crap. I'm just in a regular car, and I don't know if maybe possibly this order here would have weighed my car down. My frame of my car might have been scraping along the ground if I tried to leave Aldi's with this order. My gosh, man. So that was at 10:26. 4 minutes later, I actually made my way back to the Speedway in my zone to get gas. I was sitting at Speedway getting gas when I got this $2 order for that Speedway and not doing it. Not doing a $2 order going to Climb Road and Briggs Road. You kidding me here? So I got my gas and I made my way back to the graveyard. I didn't go. There was both. It was my second attempt at going to the graveyard. The first time there was like 3 cars, 3 Dashers parked there. So I was like, no, I'm not parking. Then the next time there's like 2 cars. So and I've talked about this before. So they don't park. They always cram up in that Wendy's graveyard. They don't. Nobody except for me parks behind Donato's, and I have no idea why. So I don't want to be lying dead with other bodies. I want my own plot to wait for orders. So I park behind Donato's, and sorry for rambling, but okay. So I took a shipped order again, and this was probably a mistake. I understand. I do this sometimes. I take orders that I shouldn't, and I apologize later. But I apologize right now to myself and to all of you that watching this. That I apologize that I took this order. This was dumb. I didn't take a picture of the map, but basically, I was going to be having to leave the graveyard and go across zone to get to the mire, and then come clear all the way back, not just to where I was, but a little bit further past where I was to West Zone Columbus to deliver this. Just terrible. You're so $10 and for probably like you're talking 18 miles, 18 20 miles. Again, this was dumb. But I took it just because for 2 reasons. I didn't want to sit in the graveyard too long, waiting on an order. Plus, I figured I don't get many opportunities to do shipped orders. And even though this wasn't great, I was kind of like, well, yeah, let's go ahead and do a shipped order. Whatever. Here's the list, and right off the bat, I'm starting to really not like orders with pepperoni in it. It's just the pepperoni is in like 4 different places in the produce department, and it's always a hassle. Other than this, the order didn't look too bad. So it was just 5 things to shop for: the pepperoni, the 2 different kinds of oatmeal, the pizza maker, and cocoa. But I got the pepperoni is toward the front of the store, so that's what I go to first. And I go to the actual like little stand that like the Hormel stand. It actually like the little rack or whatever has the Hormel logos all over it, but no Hormel whatsoever on that rack. No, they had Meyer branded stuff and some other brand. I'm like, you kidding me here? So I go over the other 2 or 3 different racks and find out the other brands of pepperoni that they do have. So I send, so the this message, I didn't get all of the whole message chain on here, but so there's the generic message from shipped, and then I tacked on this last sentence here. So it's at the end of this message says the store doesn't have Hormel pepperoni minis 5 ounce available. That was this system generated, and I added on here at the end. They have a couple other brands of regular size pepperoni. And then the customer says, yeah, you can go ahead and get the regular size. Make sure it's Hormel. And let's take a second here to let's like wake up this customer, or I'll try to wake up the customer. Customer, are you awake here? I said in the message above, they have a couple other brands. And then I had to repeat, they don't have Hormel. I can't, folks, I get brain dead a lot of times too myself, and I don't pay attention to things. I apologize. I shouldn't be hard on this customer, but it's just for, entertainment value for this video, I guess. And then, so anyway, they said, basically, long story short, they said I could get another brand. So it seemed like anyway, I don't know how long I was in that produce department, but it seemed like an hour, and just to get frickin' pepperoni. And then it's like a huge sigh of relief that I finally got a package of pepperoni scanned, and I was able to go to another aisle in the store after an eternity that it seemed. Maybe I was just getting tired at this point. And then so delivered at 11:21. So I initially took that at, what time was it again? 10:35. So this took almost an hour. It's like, you might as well say like 45 minutes for $10. So this was, this was horrible. And I talked about it before that I've only done a handful of shipped orders and only 1 tip so far. But guess what? Shock of all shocks, surprise here, folks. Believe it or not, I got a tip on this order. I couldn't believe it. I actually got another as my second ever tip on a shipped order. It just, blew me away just before starting this video. $3. I'll take it. Thank you very much, customer. So that actually paid me $13.66. Great. Then now it's not so bad. That my dash to that point ended, 35 plus minute pause. So 5 deliveries to that point for $70. $70 in 2 active hours. Pretty good. And then I was, let's see. So I was coming back. I think I had just got back into zone, and after all the time spent on that previous order and everything, I don't know. I get this order isn't bad, but it's I didn't want to do a pizza order at this particular time, and as far south as that was going, I just didn't want to mess with this decline. Um, Look at this one here, $13, almost 19 miles, picking up from Golden China and Aldi's, and delivering to a customer. And that's not even my Aldi's that's picking up from. It's like a Groveport Aldi's that I wouldn't be familiar with at all. Some of them I've shopped at a couple different Aldi's, and they're not the same. So I'd be going to one. I know it's just 2 items, but I'd be going to one that I've never been to before, and decline. 575, 3 Mile Giant Eagle, but 11 items. No, not doing that. Uh, Look at the routing for this one. Would it have had me drive around in like a complete squared circle here to? That's weird, but I'm not doing an Aldi's order for less than $10. Decline. And I took a picture of this just to show my acceptance rate to that point. It had been riding around that 50 to 52%, and I had so many declines today. Here you see here at this point it dropped down to 46%. My Uber, I checked that it's been a while since I checked my Uber acceptance rate. Last time I checked it was like 11%. Today it was 23%. So that's my Uber acceptance. 551. There's some horrible Chick-fil-A offers today. Decline. 550 for 12 miles. I went ahead and took this. 550. CVS, only 2 items to shop for, and I'm not even putting a mile on my car. And next screenshot, you got to scan the recipient's ID. Darn it. Oh, well, whatever. And I guess I didn't take a picture of the items, but it was Mucinex and like the night and day, I guess, and a 12-pack of Diet Coke. And so got to the customers. There you see, this just took me 13 minutes to make the 550. She didn't have her ID ready. She had to go back in the house, and it took her a minute or two. Finally came back to the door, and so I scanned the ID, and she's like, let me ask you a question here. Do you by chance drink Diet Dr. Pepper? And I'm like, yeah. And then she's like, no, I'm sorry. I mean, regular Dr. Pepper. I'm thinking, where is this conversation going to go? And I'm like, well, no, I'm diabetic, so I don't drink regular Dr. Pepper anymore. and she's like, well, somebody, and I might even made like a comment where you have some you want to get rid of or something. And she was like, well, yeah, somebody, delivered this the other day, and, I'm not going to drink it. I don't have anybody to give it to, and it's just going to sit here. And I was like, well, yeah, I'll take it. So I don't know, my wife might have somebody she could give it to, or we'll find somebody. And so there you see, I got $2 for that, and a $3.50 tip for $5.50, plus a 2 liter of regular Dr. Pepper. I completely forgot. I meant to get it out of the car, and a prop that, and I'd show it in this video, but it's still in the car. I forgot to grab it out. No explanation needed here. $3.44, Starbucks. Decline. I took this 750 3 mile Siam Hibachi. So let's go ahead and do it. I was hoping to use the bathroom when I got there, but I didn't see their bathrooms, and I continued to hold it. I tell you what, this person was eating good. They almost got what I would get from there. They got pho, and but they got like a vegetarian pho. See, when I get mine, wherever I get it from, I like to have a steak in mine. But good stuff. If you've never had Vietnamese pho, spelled PHO, you're missing out. And then I think I forgot to turn off Uber. Minute later, get this $5.50 CVS, but I was already on an order. I couldn't remember if I had screenshotted my DoorDash, so I screenshotted it again. Delivered that at 12:05, so 16 minutes is all this took me. Leave at the door order was ready when I got there. Leave at the door, easy as could be. Easy 750. And then we get to my last delivery of the day. This $12.50 hidden tip catering order, City Barbecue. Sweet, absolutely. Kind of like, the other day when I got that catering order. It's always when, I knew I was getting close to shutting things down, and hey, it's always, if you can end things on a catering order, hey, outstanding. So I go to City Barbecue, and and finally I get a chance to use the bathroom. The order was ready. Now I knew Saturday afternoon. I knew this was probably going to be just like a $100 plus order going to somebody's home. Family get together type of thing. I knew this was not going to be like the Chipotle catering order that I just had, going the big huge order, going to a business with like a $30 plus tip. I pretty much could figure that. But for this, I was thinking this was going to probably pay somewhere in that. I was thinking $15 to $20. Is that this was going to a family, a house, and probably, 15, $20, $17, somewhere in that range. Okay, I go to drop this off. There it is right there. $12.83. So, subject, today's video, the DoorDash algorithm took a cheap shot low blow on me. So 33-cent hidden tip. Congratulations. Thank you very much. I just I know this has gotten a lot of talk from gig tubers, the hidden tips on DoorDash. For the most part, and I'm sure I've talked about this before, for the most part I'm okay with it. It's not how I would do things if I was running the whole thing. But it's really not that big of a deal for me, except for these orders where like the hidden tip is less than $1, because it's kind of like, okay, why? Why do that? That's just, so if the system just showed, yeah, how many miles was this again? 5.5 miles. If this just showed 1283, 5.5 miles catering order, I probably still would have took it. I still would have took it, but maybe it's set up this way because if they show the whole amount, and I don't know. Maybe the thought process is if a dasher sees catering order only paying 12.83, oh, I'm not going to go there and pick up 25 sacks of food and fill up my car and only get paid 12. Well, I knew better. I knew a Saturday afternoon. This is probably just going to be for one family get together. Yeah, and that's what this was. It was like a family meal that served like 8 to 10 people. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. It was just, you know, not the best way to end today's gig work with like a low blow to the stomach on this one. I don't know. I don't know that there's anything more to say, but look at it, $2 DoorDash doubly gut punched me on this one. First of all, the $2 base pay on an order with a subtotal of over $100, DoorDash is paying me $2. That plus the 33-cent hidden tip. I mean, it's like a double sucker punch to my fat belly. I mean, thanks a lot. It's my stomach is actually still a little bit sore from that punch too. Actually, so what was the times on that again? So I think I already said it, but so 12:05 to 12:30, 25 minutes. I made the 1283, so that still a good order, and it was just one sack. So I just go to City Barbecue, pick up one single sack that I put in my catering bag, leave at the door. I mean, from all that standpoint, it was an easy order. It's just the what DoorDash did on this payout situation that sucked about it. Then I decide to make my way to Wendy's to get lunch, and I'm thinking, well, if it's kind of like if I get a good order, and it'd have to be something really good, like maybe something paying like over $20, like some really good shopping order. I was kind of looking for maybe one last really good order. But if not, if I got to Wendy's and didn't really get anything, then I log off. And this is crazy here. So once I made that decision, start driving to Wendy's, it's just straight like mediocrity here. Nothing good, but nothing bad in these next like several offer. It's just straight consistent mediocrity. I starting with this right here. 1575, 16.7 miles. Not really, not good, but not horrible. I mean, you're getting close to $16, but it's two different pickups. It's only one customer. Look at the other thing that's raunchy. The customer is in between the two pickups. This is just raunchy. It's not good, and it's not horribly bad either. 2 minutes later, $5, 6.5 mile Chick-fil-A. Mediocre. In the old days, if I was trying to keep up my acceptance rate, I might have had to take something like this. But fortunately, I tell you what, you guys watching this video that have to take orders like this to maintain acceptance rate, I completely empathize with you guys. I feel for you. I've been there before myself. I know what it's like. And I feel for you guys. I really do. 950, 10 miles, Charlie cheesesteaks. I take that back. This right here. This is worse than mediocre. This is bad. Okay, I apologize. This is a bad order. This is going in between Obet's and Groveport. This is bad. Okay, I'm sorry. 725, 6.5 mile Chipotle. You just it's okay. It's okay. It's not bad. It's delivering in zone. From one side of my zone to the other. $7. It is what it is. And then I get over to, like, I think this offer I'm like right about it. It's $6.65. This one's halfway decent, but still not. I just wasn't interested in this. Again, I was kind of looking for something more in that like $20 range. 750, 6 mile Athena's Euro House. Nope. I'm almost a Wendy. I'm only a traffic light or two away from Wendy's, and you see how close I am to Athena's. So this is like 6 miles driving away down to like Orient. No, not doing that. I'm ready to eat lunch. 550, 4 mile Jersey Mike's. Mediocre as mediocre can be. And then I finally log off at 12:46. So all total was working close to 7 hours today. So that the second dash was there you see was 25.83. Let's see here. Oh, okay, never mind. So 25.83 on that second, and that was just in a little over an hour. So the final numbers here. So for DoorDash, it was today 8 deliveries for $95.86. Now at 3,514 lifetime DoorDash deliveries. Uber was 3 deliveries for $31.31. 91 total deliveries for them. And Shipped was the one order for $13.66. That brings me to 7 lifetime Shipped deliveries. So total for the day was 12 deliveries for $140.83. So, it was a lot of declines and a lot of mileage. Now, mileage, it felt to me like I drove 150 miles today, but I drove 109. That's kind of hard to believe, but that's all I drove, even with that 18 plus miles for that shipped order. I only drove 109 miles to make that 140. So, hey, I mean, great. And okay, I'm worn out. Playoff football starts an hour from now, so I'm gonna, I can relax now and watch that. Go Commanders. And so that's it for today's gig work. I really am wiped out. Thanks, guys, for watching. As always, be sure to drive safe out there. And with this, this snow and ice melting, be careful walking up to these front doors of the customers. I had to really watch it today, walking over the piles of ice, and we'll do this all again tomorrow. Thanks again, and until next time.